this is what a lot of you have been waiting for. You are
is this one on?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Yay! Where are we? Yeah, let's start with this thing. Imperator Rome. Yeah, what's so cool about it? Here's the screen I can actually watch. So, yeah, it's the new cool game. I did some explanations or brief things yesterday. Today I'm gonna go through and tell you guys that people on Reddit have already done all of this. Here's a cool screenshot of the map that we haven't really shown, so you can see more of the looks where we currently have countries. Everything from up to, yeah, what do we call it? Bactria, Tibet, whatever. Part of India, in Maria, we go even further. Eventually, there's so many countries there, like 400 different ones. And as I've said, I keep looking down there, I should look up to you guys. We have Sparta, so you can conquer the entire world and write "This is Sparta" on your. that would be kind of cool. Also, you have everything from Judea to Kenya, and this is an old screenshot because we've added lots of German tribes and Scandinavian tribes, so you can even play Maya. Some of you guys, or most everyone's ancestors here. Cool. Let's go for the next screen. So, we have a bunch of resources. So, there's 4 different powers. To the left, we have civic, which is basically introducing laws, buying inventions, getting ideas. It's just the civic power. Oratory is the thing you do to diplomacy and convince people that they should do different things. Military for your traditions and various military abilities. And you have religious for calling down omens, stabbing pigs, other important activities. You gain these powers by having good stats of your ruler. You also gain more of them for having matching ideas that matches your government types. And there's other ways to get these powers. Some of them are used for involvement with pops. The other resources are, do I need to explain gold, manpower, and stability to you guys? Nah, let's not do that. Tyranny, and this is not the RPG, is a value that was used in original Rome. It's basically how much of you that, or how, I was not going to say normal, but like how much like you've done imprisoning people for no reasons, accidentally crucifying political opponents and all those things. You don't win by maxing it because your characters in your court and senate does not really like when it's high, but it's a good meter to keep track of how you're doing. So, let's go through to the next one. We've got pops. Yay, we got citizens. The cool thing with the pops here is that they're not the large pops, and they're not Victoria pops either, and they're not Rome 1 pops, but they're kind of unique in that each pop represents a group of humans, most of them, we're all humans, I hope, unless you're making a fantasy or total conversion mod, that has a unique religion and culture and a unique happiness or revolt, whatever I'm going to end up call it. Citizens, they provide your research and commerce. Your freeman provides your manpower. The tribesmen, they provide a tiny little bit of manpower and a tiny little bit of tax, and these are basically uncivilized people in your nations. And if you're playing a tribe, you mostly have tribesmen. And then you have slaves, which provides the gold for you. To get new pops, there's population growth in the provinces, and if you go around conquering on the map, you're going to get a lot of slaves from other territories. that goes to your capital when you sack cities. And you can manually promote pops. Anyone here played Victoria 1? Manual pop promotion. It's slightly easier and more fun in Imperator. Just click buttons and spend resources and you'll soon have a lot of citizens. Which is good for research, but not good for money and manpower. Here's a few examples of trade goods. We have about 40 of them. These were some of the icons that were cool. Trade goods have 3 different things that gives you benefits. First of all, if they're produced in your province. Province is what we call regions and states. Cities is what we used to be provinces in other games, because we can't call things states. Yeah, it's a name terminology that fits Rome the best. Anyway, if your province and cities provide a resource, if you produce one of them, you get a standard bonus in your province, like grain gives you 20 plus 20 in population growth. And if you get a surplus, you get another, let's say, plus 5 population growth for each grain. And if you have a lot of provinces producing it, you can get a lot of grain there. And then you can do trade routes, where you basically, if you have access to another nation or from your own states, where you can do a trade route import, then you'll be able to stack your bonuses. And you get special bonuses if you end up in your capital. Let's go further. These are the unit types. There are 9 different ones. Archers, mounted archers. Yeah, you can read them all. Some of them are restricted by your military traditions. So if you're playing a Roman, you're not going to be able to build chariots. But British people will be able to do that. While some of them are restricted by resources, so unless you get a good trade route up to Sweden with elephants, you're not going to be able to build elephant cavalry, no matter how cool they are. And you can only import things that other nations have in surplus. The cool thing with all of these unit types and pop types, etc., it's completely super moddable, and you can add whatever pop types and unit types and stuff you want in your games, and that's kind of cool. Let's see. We also got characters. These are some examples of the characters. We currently mostly have a bunch of Romans kind of finished, and I would say that the characters in Imperator is a little bit more detailed in the features you can interact with them than in the original Rome. But in Imperator, you play the spirit of a country, like EU, Hotchwire, Vicky, and whatever games we do that's not Crusader Kings. Yeah, Crusader Kings is the character game. This is a game that has characters. But the characters are really important in this one, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to show more of those very soon. Before I go to the next and final slide and show some footage, I'm going to tell you guys that tomorrow there will be a possibility to sign up for the beta, and that's not going to be public knowledge for quite a while, so you will have that exclusive, I hope. So let's take a look. Here's a quick look of the world, panning all the map. And this is footage from the game as it is now. Obviously, everything's subject to change, yada yada, game balance. And this is when I'm happy that we have a good PC playing this video. So this is the 2D map where you're looking at the various countries zoomed out. You can see the borders. Everyone here always plays in terrain map mode, so you don't see political, right? So the map. Now we're gonna see how it looks when you're not zoomed out. See if now we're gonna have a shaggy, nice frame rate. Yay! You'll be able to build roads as the Romans by using your armies to build new roads much quicker. The cities will grow in the size with the pops that you have in your provinces. How names are on the map is different options, so you can see names always or only when you mouse over. Yeah, we're going to do some pop views here. Here's a view of the interface. Some tooltips of how the pop is growing there, what the different pops are, which religions, and so on. I can look at this one, it's probably easier for me. Yeah, slaves. And the pops, yeah, the amount of pops you have indicates how many buildings you can build in the province. Trade. Little example, Neapolis here. They have a few trade goods that's produced, as I was talking about. Hemp, produced in the city of Nola. Cloth, gives some tax. Wood, we're producing it in two cities, Neapolis and Venafrom. Gives us, yeah, red color. And wine giving us some, yeah, let's look at military. So we're going to select a unit here. You can see all the, in the tooltip, the types you have. Every single unit type has different benefits or drawbacks depending on what they're fighting on. Versus, obviously, light infantry and militia are useless, but cheap. Yeah, all red. Cool. And we have some characters here. And yes, this is our internal portrait editor, or basically viewing the assets we have for the portraits. And because the portraits are not just, they're not hand-drawn, we have this 3D model thing. This is one character, and it's automatically generating all the portraits, and you can just rotate them and look at them in the game. And you're going to have a lot of good, cool attachment to the characters while you're playing. So let's see some randomization. Just get someone. Should be looking mostly Romans. Yeah, we're getting a few on looking like the dev team almost. Yeah, looks like me. Or when I'm not grey-haired. So, he looks like a young 20-year-old, but let's see what he looks like when he's a little bit older. You just change. So characters will automatically age, and you'll be able to see the age of the characters. So a little bit younger there. We do not have children yet. Oh, that's a cool guy. There's going to be a lot of different hairstyles and combinations and people, so everyone will be looking unique. I'm not entirely sure how many cultures we'll have with the start and how many ethnicities, but it should cover all of the map. This is it for the quick little presentation here. We have a few more minutes, but I don't know, let's go to the Imperator booth after this, and I'll stand there for as long as I can answering questions. Thank you.